So it has Chinese influence, Spanish influence, and some Malay influence in it. So the soy sauce actually comes from our Chinese culture, the Chinese culture, but adding the bay leaves, the garlic, and some of the other aromatics that's more Spanish, and the sugar as well. So you're gonna get a little bit of a taste. It's gonna taste sweet, salty, a little bit of sour in there, but a lot of aromatics coming from bay leaves, the garlic. You know, I call it an aromatic as well because when it cooks down, it actually does do lots for the dish. For you guys that you don't like it spicy, then go less with this. If you want it spicy, then go more. I like to leave the seeds in because that gives it a little bit more aromatic as well. Usually this is cooked for larger parties, birthdays and whatnot. And what this dish is known for is the fact that you can leave it out unrefrigerated for a few days and it'll be good still because of the vinegar content. You've got a 1-to-1 vinegar soy sauce ratio on this. The vinegar keeps it from spoiling and again edible. This is usually served for lunch or dinner, but as the Filipinos know, if you're hungry in the morning, you add an egg to it, and now it's breakfast. The longer it stays in the fridge, the better, of course. Heat it up in the microwave or on the stove top. It's good. So this is one of my favorite dishes to make. One of my favorite dishes to make for the family. The kids love eating it because it's easy. You can feed a bunch of people with it, and it only takes about half an hour cook time from start to finish. Actually, one of the slowest parts of this is actually cooking the rice. And since we're all here, how many do we have here? How many callers do we have here, Dean? Five. I guess we can get started. Is there anybody else? There's somebody else? Yeah, we're good? Okay. So, usually what we want to do is start with the rice because that's going to take about 20 minutes or so to do. Now, for anybody here have a rice cooker, like one of these? Probably not.
Nope.
Okay, so we're going to use a small pot. And what you're going to do with that small pot, so I'm going to pretend this is a small pot. Take your small pot. You put it down. And you take your rice and you put it right in. This is 4 cups. I have 2 of these rice cookers because this house, we eat a lot of rice. And that we usually use, this is 4 cups. There's a joke, in the Philippines or in the Asian culture that the best way to find your way in a kitchen is looking for that little orange light from the rice cooker. Because it's always on. In a Filipino or Asian household, that light is going to be on 24/7. And if it's pitch black, you walk into a room, there's an orange light, you found the rice. And there's always rice in our house. So you take your rice, and some will go 1 for 1, but I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a secret here in measuring water content in your rice. First, you get your rice in your bowl, make sure it's flattened all the way, and you add your water. Some people like to rinse their rice. Some people like to rinse it a few times. I don't really. So get that rice in there, just like this. And now with your middle finger, that first line right here, that's going to be your measurement. Okay, first line. So what you're going to want to do is get enough rice above the rice, or enough water above the rice line, and get that finger measurement just so that you have enough water that it reaches that line. So you see here, can you go down a little bit closer? It's right on that line. Okay, that's how you get the perfect rice. And Dee and I actually had a little bit of an argument the other day because I went a little bit too crazy on the waters because he pre-soaked the water a few times, the rice a few times in water, and it actually had too much rice content. So now, what you're gonna want to do is
hang on, Andrew.
Yes.
Sorry, you got to measure the height of the rice and the height of the water, right?
Uh, you can do that 1-to-1, but my measurement is usually just that much water on top of your rice for however many cups you have in there. Some people like to go.
It depends on the size of the bowl you're using, surely.
Huh?
Depends on the bowl you're using.
Yeah.
Not really. I forgot. These are engineers we're talking
It
about.
would be the ratio of your finger length to the pot.
You could have an enormous bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can. So I like to do this no matter how much rice is in there, because I want a drier rice. Now, if you want more of a wet rice, then you go with a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you have 1 cup of rice, you add 1 cup of water. 2 cups, 2 cups, 3 cups, 3 cups. That's one way of doing it. I wanted to show you guys the shortcut from a Filipino chef's playbook.
So I like a shortcut. Just one more question. Sorry.
Yeah,
So
sure, go. Rock.
When you put your finger in there, so the tip of your finger was touching the surface of the rice or the bottom?
Yeah, just the surface of the rice. So if this is the rice, just like that on tip, and I go like that, that's your water, you're done.
Okay.
Okay, so now you cover that rice, you get it onto a medium-high fire, and you watch it. And we're gonna be watching it and stirring it every so often. On mine, however, I suggest you guys invest in a little, we call this guy R2D2, but he's like this, boom. And now, you gotta turn that on though.
And that's $20.
And that, my wife just said that's $20. So that little red light turns on, and you set it, and you forget it. But for you guys that don't have it, we're not gonna forget it because we're gonna have to stir it every so often to make sure that the rice is cooking all the way through. So once you get your rice on the grill, put the top back on it and walk away for now. And we're gonna move on to the chicken.
Walk away. We're walking away right now.
You're walking away right now. So she's cooking, and you're gonna start hearing her boil. And every so often, you're gonna get your spoon and you're gonna give it a little bit of a stir, and you're done. Okay? So now we're gonna go on to the chicken. But before we prep on the chicken, we're gonna take the garlic. We're gonna start with the aromatics first. This is an important piece. So get your oil ready. So maybe I'll do a quick walk around of what we have here. So here, we've got, can you look down here? We've got garlic. We've got bay leaves. Oops, dropped one, but I got a replacement here. You need 5 bay leaves. That's there. Jalapenos, jalapenos. Don't need that. We got your brown sugar. We got your pepper, salt, your white vinegar, distilled is fine, soy sauce, and your oil of your choosing. I like to use olive oil. You can use vegetable, canola, peanut, whatever you have. And of course, we've got our baby bok choy. They call this baby for some reason, but these are huge. So crazy. And then we have our, I like to use chicken thighs because it has a lot more skin to meat. The skin to meat content is good. So do we have, oh, what is that? Oh, he's got, nice. That's
Napa cabbage.
That's Napa cabbage. I like it.
Bok choy, I think.
That's the big bok choy. That works too. And I'll show you how to cut that here in a minute. So everybody ready to go on to the garlic?
Yep.
Okay. So what I like to do with my garlic, 2 things. My knife's a little bit different. I like to use a cleaver. Just like Walk with Yan. I'm not sure you remember that show from the 80s, but so I like to just take garlic and do that with it. Okay? Or, I see your face, Andy. Or you can take a couple of cloves and just cut it in half. You can leave the skins on. You don't have to take these out. There's an old trick that we use in Chinese cooking where the best way to peel it, if you've got a knife, is go like this, down, and just take the skin right off. A little bit of a trick. Okay, so skin comes off, and we're good to go. And then if you want to, you know, if you want to actually mint it a little bit more, you just hit it like that, and you're good to go. But we're not going to use that. So if you want to try it that way with your garlic, that works as well. Okay, so jalapeno. It all depends on how much you guys want to use. I go straight down with it. Just like that. And now she's good. Doesn't have to be super fine. These are big California jalapenos, so they're going to be big. Yours probably going to be smaller up there in Canada, but they're sweet, spicy, and delicious. So that's that. Okay.
How's everyone doing?
Down the state. Andrew, are you down south right now?
Yes, I am down in the States.
Okay.
I'm wondering if people think this is 5:30 our time.
No, it's Zoom invited.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Want to make sure. Yeah, down here right now in the States, can't say that I'm, hating it right now because it's warm, but looks like you got some good weather down there too. I do miss you guys though, and miss the face-to-face interactions. I'm sure you guys feel like zombies nowadays too, like me.
Zombies, that's good. I haven't heard that one. I do feel like that.
That's us. And Andy, the king of online games. Sorry, I missed it on Friday. I wasn't feeling well.
That's okay. We got a decent crowd.
I'll be there for Friday for sure again. Okay, so now that we have pretty much everything. Okay, let's probably do a chop up of this. Well, no, we'll do that after because that's gonna go anyway. So, okay, guys. Okay, so now we're gonna take. If you don't have a wok, a pan is okay as well. Okay. So let's take our pan. Let's get it on the fire. I think I got a little bit of a stall here.
Great.
Okay, we're good. All right. Are you guys ready to move on to the cooking of the chicken part? Are we good? Okay, we're getting there.
I'm good here.
Okay, Dave Meyer's good there.
Yeah, ready.
Wayne is good there.
We're good.
Looks like the parks are good, and Mr. Reed is ready. So, okay.
One bulb of garlic or two?
I would go one bulb if you got the whole bulb.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
that works. It's so what I've done is just taken one bulb and splitter. Beautiful. So little trick, okay? Whenever you guys are ready, get your oil ready, get your pan ready, and get your heat up. So we're gonna go with a high, I've got power boil on this one here, but we're gonna go with high. Okay, let that warm up. Get your spoon ready. I've got a proper wok spoon here, a little different. It's stalling, huh? Is the feed okay, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah,
All right.
a little
We
lag
got
on the video,
Rebecca
but
calling in too. All right. Okay, so we're waiting for this thing to warm up right now. It's coming up the heat. I like cooking on gas, but I don't have that luxury in this house. But that's Jade getting mad at the kids. That's all part of the script.
Sorry.
Okay, so we're heating up right now. I can feel the pan heating up. When your pan is ready to go, you're going to want to coat that pan with enough oil, but not too much oil. Olive oil, you know, you can go a little bit heavier. So, olive oil in the pan. Just like that. Okay, we're gonna coat the whole pan. Get that pan nice and ready. Okay. Get in there. We're gonna flavor this oil with a bulb, half the bulb that you've got, or some garlic that you've already pre-cut. And we're gonna get the aromatics going right now. So this one's not quite there yet. It's getting there though. If your pan is getting warm, you're good to go. Okay, so now I just put that right in the middle of the pan. You can hear it kind of going already. You can hear it sizzling. When it's sizzling and bubbling, you know it's good. You know when to stop when you smell the garlic and the olive oil starting to infuse and all come together. When the aromatics start to come out, that's when you know the garlic has now infused with your oil. Just like so. Get the sides too. If you have a wok, get the sides. That really flavors the pan. And just be careful when you pull it out. It shouldn't cook it just like that. If anything, you've given it a bit of a flash, so she's ready to go. Now, we take our chicken. Each one of those chickens, if you've got thighs, you're gonna want to put the meat side down, put it right on the fire, just like that. And we're gonna give it a quick saute. Like so. I like to get it all in there and happy. If you've got tongs, go ahead and use them. So this thing is getting happy really quick.
Not over the fire.
Huh? Oh. So we want to get it on the fire, guys. But what's going to happen here is you're going to want to brown the bottom of this. Brown it. So don't worry about it cooking too much. That's okay. The more browning, the more better. Okay.
Then they're skin down or up?
I would go skin up just for the first part of this. And then we're going to give it a flip. The reason why I like cooking with a wok is because it just really cooks everything evenly, even though it's off to the sides like this. Okay? So let it cook, let it go, let it go, let it go. She's gonna get happy really quick here. Now, when we give it a flip, we're gonna wanna make sure we put the garlic in as well. That's when the garlic goes in. And put the garlic towards the bottom of the pan where the oil is. Okay? I'm gonna give mine a flip. So the skin side is down. So when you put the skin side down, it actually does help the meat stay happy. Because now it's going to get some of the aromatics as well. So there we go. Now, in the middle of that pan, you're going to want to take your garlic, all of your garlic, and put it right in the middle, just like that. How's your meat looking, guys? Is it
Smells
cooking
amazing.
up?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And remember, we haven't even added all the other things to this. It's gonna get better. So at this point, we're gonna let the garlic, the oil, the heat, and the chicken all just have fun and party in this pan. At this point, usually I take a drink of beer. This is looking good right now. Looking really happy. At this point, my son comes in my room usually and goes, "Papa, is that adobo, Papa?" So, all right, getting there. I'm missing the whole outside. There. And at this point, I would check on your rice to make sure it's boiling. It's coming close to a boil. If not,
Mine boiled over already.
You burnt yours? You see burnt it?
Boiled over. I was concentrating on something else.
Reduce the heat now. So once if yours is boiled over, it's boiling over, reduce the heat to medium. And keep it covered. And then maybe give it a stir as well. Give your rice a stir at this point. So Dean, okay. How's that rice looking? Okay, rice looking good. Once you give it a quick stir, put the cover back on, reduce that heat to about a medium low. Okay, I gotta lower this. Okay, now let's go back to our chicken. Are we back on our chicken?
We lost Erin.
Yeah. I think she's there. I think she's probably just loading up. All right. Now, oh, okay. So here's what it's looking at right now. Right here. Okay. So everything is just kind of browning, kind of coming together. Okay. Now we're gonna take our 3/4 cup of white vinegar and 3/4 cup of low sodium soy sauce. So what I like to do,
You said high sodium.
Yeah, high sodium.
or high sodium, yeah, high sodium for the risk takers in the room, like me. I'm going full body here. I'm going full body. So what I'm doing is I'm making a little space in between all of my meat. You see here? Right here. We got a little bit of a space here. That's where you're gonna want to dump your soy sauce. So you take your soy sauce. Okay? That's 1/2 cup. 3/4 cup right there. Let me get a little bit more since I have more meat. Okay? That goes right in the middle. Now your heat needs to stay on high at this point. Then we're gonna take our vinegar. And we're gonna take the same ratio, 1:1. Just like that, right in the middle. Don't mix. Just add it and leave it alone. It's all gonna work together. It knows exactly what to do with each other. These two.
So the heat stays on high, Andrew? You want high heat on the chicken?
Leave it on high. Leave it on high until it boils. When it boils, reduce that to a medium, to a low medium setting. Okay. And at this point, this is where we're gonna add the black pepper. Okay. We're gonna add black pepper, and we're gonna want to do this. You know, probably about 1/2 teaspoon would be good, or less. It all depends on how much you like pepper. You know, in the Philippines, they use peppercorns, but one of the things that I hate is actually biting into this dish, getting your perfect, you know, spoon of rice and chicken ratio, and biting into a peppercorn. That's never fun. So I use cracked peppercorn in mine. Okay. Then we're gonna take some salt. I'm gonna use about half a tablespoon of salt, just for taste. You want to coat the whole thing with that, just like so. I also like to use a little bit of cumin, but I know what my kids like, so I'm going to add my little cumin mix. And then this is when you're going to want to reduce your fire without mixing anything. Still, just like this. So you see it kind of boiling in the middle like this. That means it's happy. So we're going to lower the heat to about medium, like so. Okay, medium. Now you're gonna want to take your black or your brown sugar. Okay, you're going to add that to the middle, just like so. The sugar actually does help this dish quite a bit because it balances out that acidity that you get from the vinegar. So. A nice little smell there.
How much pepper did you put in there?
I like to put about half a teaspoon because I like pepper. But if you don't like pepper, maybe a quarter teaspoon would do. And then, yeah, you're good to go. And then, at this point, this is where we're going to take our bay leaves. And you're going to put it right here, right in the middle. It's going to make this dish super happy. And then for you guys, for you all that don't mind it spicy, I like to take a few of these, like so, and I put it right there as well with it, like so, nice and pretty. What you should be smelling bay leaves right now. The thing you should be smelling, bay leaves. You get a little bit of that jalapeno. You get that soy sauce, you get that olive oil richness. You've got the meat kind of rendering right now with the oil that you chose, and the vinegar gives it kind of that nice little punch of acidity that you're gonna want. When you're eating something that has skin or has a little bit more fat content. This is what makes this dish so palatable, especially when you add rice to it and you add some bok choy. The traditional dish doesn't really have bok choy with it. I like to bring the bok choy in because what that does is it adds it again another layer of aromatics from the vegetable itself, but it also infuses the flavors that you have from this into that vegetable. And when you're serving it, you're getting a little bit of freshness, crispiness, but still that taste of the adobo that you're cooking down right now. So again, super simple. How's everybody's dishes looking here? I'm gonna look at this side of the camera right now and make sure everybody's happy.
Yeah, smelling good.
Is it smelling good?
Yes, smells
Okay.
good. So we're just simmering the chicken. We haven't stirred it up yet, right? We just leave everything in the
We're
middle.
still simmering the chicken. We haven't stirred it out. Now here's a little trick from the kitchens in the Philippines. Once you kind of smell the acidity go down to a certain level, that's when you know it's burnt enough off that you can put a cover on it to continue cooking. But I think what we're going to do is shift gears here, and we're going to start cutting the vegetables. The vegetables are going to be the last piece of this puzzle that we're going to put together. Oh, and your rice, guys. Make sure that you're stirring your rice. Take a look at your rice. If you've got nice, consistent kind of grains, then you want to lower your heat to low, and then just leave it alone.
And mine's done.
I think yours is done too. Maybe take a bite. It should be a little bit al dente. The middle shouldn't have any graininess. It should be a nice fluid crunch all the way through. Are you still getting crunch? No, you're good to go. Ian, how's your rice looking? Wayne, and yours?
Mine's all done.
Okay.
Oh,
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is great. See, you don't need a rice cooker. You just need to keep on mixing it. And Andy, you were scratching your head. How are we doing?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Perfect.
Mine seems like there's a lot more liquid than yours does.
oh, good.
That's fine. Just let it cook. Keep on cooking. The beauty of that pot right now is you can put the cover on, let it continue cooking, keep it at medium. Make sure you're not burning the bottom. Although when you burn the bottom, people actually fight over that in Spain. Okay, so right now I am getting the proper kind of smell to it.
Describe it.
Hmm?
Smell.
Yeah. So the smell, if I were to describe the smell, it should be more soy sauce, less vinegar. So now I'm going to lower this thing here. We're going to let that guy simmer. And we're going to take our cover and we're going to put it right on top. Okay, just like that. Let it simmer. Reduce that heat to pretty much, you know, a notch over the lowest setting. Okay, so now let's go on to, once you've done that, we'll come back over here and we'll start cutting up the vegetables. Do you have a veggie knife? Rice is done. Look at that. So this is what our rice looks like. Good consistency all the way through and ready. Again, oh, and by the way, reminding you guys, that's the orange light I'm talking about. That's the Filipino night light. Okay, so, oh wow, they got good bok choy up there in Canada right now. Nice, Wayne.
Ah, I couldn't find the little guys.
You know what? This was the little guy. I'm used to little guys being like half the size of this guy here.
Yeah.
As they say, everything bigger here in America. Okay, so
This is my bok choy substitute.
actually that works. That works. It's got that's actually going to give you a certain kind of sweetness that you might want anyway. So, bok
Yeah, that's what I
choy.
was going for.
I get it. Bok choy. So this part here on a bok choy, you know, the leafy part is, they say, the best part, but all the nutrients come from anywhere above this line. So you want to discard that much, okay? So take your knife, roll your fingers back. And we cut, okay? We don't want to go like that because that's not that'll hurt. So what we want to do is take that, that's your guide, and go straight down, just like that. And this heart, some people like to keep it, I don't. That goes in the garbage, okay? So for the bigger bok choys, you're gonna want to go 1, 2, just like that. Okay, that there. Take another one here. We're gonna go 1. That goes in the garbage. Here and there. So, and we're gonna go there. Garbage. 1 and 2. And the last head, because these guys love bok choy in this house. We're gonna go on this one here since it's a little guy. Where is it gonna go to? That goes back on that. Okay. Now she's ready to go. If you haven't washed it, you might want to give it a wash because a lot of the bok choy has a lot of dirt. Hard to get it out, but you know, it is what it is. So that's been said, this is a perfect time to kind of clean up your stuff.
Do we keep this?
To the side, because we're going to show you guys how to plate this as well. Looks like a couple of you guys actually have some wine out. Might be a nice little dinner for you and your loved one. Turn on some Barry White, and whatever happens after that, it's all on you guys. But going back to the bok choy. So the bok choy. So what we want to do, let's turn that up a little bit. For you guys, if you need to turn up your heat a little bit, go ahead. At this point, I like to give the chicken a little bit of a turn so that the skin also gets a little bit of the love from the browning power of soy sauce. Yes, I said the browning power of soy sauce. That should be an ad somewhere. The browning power of soy sauce. Fact, Philippines. If you want to get dark, you have to pour Coke on your body and go tanning. True story. I did that, and I had ants all over me when I woke up. Wasn't fun. And my uncle was like, haha, you are so stupid. You believe that question, that answer? And I was like, and my uncle, till this day, says, remember the time you had ants all over your body because you put Coke like an idiot? That's my uncle. Anyways, we'll give it a little bit of a turn here. We close that up. Let me get some heat. You might want to turn your heat up just a little bit on this one here, guys. Okay, perfect. Turning up the heat. We got Ian cooking. I love it.
Yum.
We've got Wayne in the, I love the Hawaiian shirt, Wayne. Love it, love it. You win tonight, you win.
Thanks.
By the way, we're gonna do this weekly. So I was thinking more people were gonna come because so many people actually RSVP, but maybe they got gun shy. What we'll do is we'll take the recording of this and maybe send it out. We'll figure it out. But right now, mine's boiling. It's getting happy. Getting happy. What we want to do with the bok choy is we want to keep that off to the side because we don't want to overcook this. With bok choy, you want al dente. You want a little bit of bounce still. You don't want it super, super soggy. That's gross. Plus, all of the nutrients get boiled away. So we're gonna put this in the last minute just to get the right amount of steam, right amount of flavor, and so that's not overpowering the flavors that you're trying to produce in this dish right now. Perfect opportunity to give it another smell. You should be starting to smell a lot more of the cooked chicken over anything right now. You're still getting acidity, so don't worry about that because the acidity actually, again, will cut through that fat when you're eating this dish later on. So, a moment for our sponsor, hand sanitizer. Keeps the corona away. That wasn't really our sponsor, and I was just wanted to be funny. Wasn't sure if that was funny. Dean's dying right now. He's like, "You're such a dad. Dad jokes." Okay, how's everybody's chicken looking at this point?
What's the difference between vinegar and distilled vinegar?
One's distilled. I don't know.
Or is it all distilled?
Well, you know what? I think what Dean was saying is one is more filtered. I think the distilled is just like what we have in the Philippines, which is just that. The usual market is distilled. Just white vinegar. The distilled is you're going to see a lot clearer consistency, more like water. And the stuff that you see that's not distilled is going to have a little bit more of a raw, kind of a brownish color to it. It also has some granular.
Wikipedia says that the difference is that vinegar comes from natural sugar and distilled vinegar comes from malt, barley, or corn.
Thank you.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron,
Wikipedia
What's
never
the
lies.
difference? What's that?
What did you say?
I said, instead of saying, hey, Siri, we're going to say, hey, Aaron. Okay, so at this point, everything is getting really happy with this dish. Oh, that is done really good. The color should be almost light brown. One thing you can do is take your spoon, get those other guys happy. And if you notice, I haven't really stirred this because the boiling does the job for you. So there it is. Giving everybody a nice little bath. Nobody feels left out. Everybody's getting a little bit of that love. Just like that. Oh yeah, so good. So good. I can say that.
For anyone that regularly comes to trivia night, I'm just going to give you a clue that we just had a trivia question.
We did.
Distilled vinegar.
Just think about the
Oh.
vinegar.
Yes. See, we're gonna get points. Automatically have points. So while we're waiting, I got this when I took Ken to a football game.
How come all your writing is backwards?
It's Filipino.
I told you it's backwards. It's backwards because we're Filipino. I thought, see, on my screen, I can see that it's not. But on their screen, it's backwards.
Here, zoom flip your camera so you can see yourself. And when you move your hand left, it moves left as well.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah,
flip.
See?
I guess it assumes that your SLR you're using is a camera as well. So
Yeah, it's the SLR.
Hold on,
Kids?
give me a second.
Can you give me one más? One more? In the garage. It's all right.
Good
Does
now.
my face look funky? Because it's probably the other way around now. All right.
Did the soy
How's
sauce
everybody looking?
boiling, or
I beg your pardon?
should everything still be boiling?
Boiling, simmering. Your rice should be turned off by now, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, rice.
at this point, oh, beer delivery. Thank you. And this should be simmering like this. I want to give this a little bit of a, just like that. Not quite boiling, more like simmering. Okay? Is that how yours looks?
Yeah, pretty close.
Okay, good. So we're gonna give that a few more minutes. Then, if your rice is ready, we're gonna start plating here in just a few minutes. I'm gonna check what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check my chicken to make sure that everything is ready. I'm gonna turn my heat up just a little bit to make sure I get that nice little, yeah, turn that all the way up. What's that? What do we? So we're getting there. Dave Meyer, how's yours looking?
Smells great. I should check that. How do you know when the meat's done though? Like safety.
The meat, the bone, the meat and the bone should start to kind of pull apart like you see here.
Yeah.
So if you're unsure, this is the time to turn up that heat and get a little bit more of a boil. It seems like the Parks may have kept theirs on, so it's cooking a little bit faster, which is good. Andy and Wayne, how are yours looking?
mine was skinless and boneless, so mine's doing okay, I guess.
Oh, skinless
I
and
just put the
boneless.
peppers in
You're
because I'm not
getting
using
there.
soy.
How's yours looking, Dave?
It's the bones pulled off the skin on one of them, so I turned it up a little bit.
Okay, good. You turned that up. Wayne, how's yours looking there, pal?
It's looking good. One started to pull off, but yeah, I was curious too how you know when it's ready and cooked.
Yeah. And what I do, I mean, you know, if you have a thermometer, what I like to do is pull one off like this. And with a knife, I just look at it right in the middle. Like that. So mine's not quite ready yet. Mine needs about 5 more minutes.
Okay.
I got a little bit of pink. So what I do, I turn it up at this point. This takes about 20 minutes to do. Usually, but I went on mine. I put I instead of using chicken legs, I use chicken thighs because the kids prefer it. Like so. At this point, usually I can put a nice little turn to it again. And why don't we just go ahead and hit this thing on high, guys, and put the cover back on to give it a nice steam. Has anybody ever tried Filipino adobo before?
I think this is the first.
Perfect. Perfect. Ian, your rice looking good?
Yep, I think we're done with the rice.
Perfect. 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 Okay. This will go for another 5 minutes. Now's the perfect time for you to actually grab your beer or your beverage, and we'll have a little bit of a toast here to you guys joining me today. I was nervous about, you know, who's going to join me today. You know, I really do miss our Canadian team. Just miss people, shaking hands and fist pounding and everything else. So I'm glad that you guys are here today. This makes this thing feel more like home again. So I'm glad you guys are all here with us tonight. Glad that we're sharing this dish, which I think is comfort food. So I want to start off with this. Next week's going to get a little bit more fun, but I want to start off with this comfort food that I always keep on going back to. Whenever I come to California, I want chicken adobo that my mom makes. So on that note, cheers to all of you guys for joining us today.
Cheers.
Cheers to Onek. Cheers to the continuous
Cheers.
Cheers.
you know, team that we've got here, and family.
Cheers. On camera.
Honored to be a part of your team, guys.
Kitchen party.
Thanks for doing this, Andrew. Great.
Yeah,
I love it. You know, it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I was a little bit scared to do it, unsure, but you know what? I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that you guys are here. I'm hoping that you guys stay regulars, and you know, we increase the belly size, but have fun at the same time. So, this point,
25.
huh?
Putting on the COVID 25 here.
COVID 25, baby. I'm with you, Mr. Meyer. I'm with you. So I actually thought, I was like, you know what? I miss Dave Meyer because I was in my car the other day and, you know, I was driving around and my my Bluetooth didn't hook up and it said there iPhone DM. I'm like, that's Dave Meyer. Made me think about you, man. We had some good times when you were over here.
Thanks for the rental. Yeah.
Of course. I still remember the one day I took Mr. Park for Filipino breakfast. We wake up in the morning. Alexi goes, let's go to eat Filipino food. And I go, okay. Chris Pittman, you know, was with us. And Ian was like, okay, pick me up at 8 o'clock and we'll meet Alexi. And we're driving. And he goes, where are we going? I'm like, don't worry, we'll get there. And I pull up and he goes, we're going to a casino. And I go, yeah. We're going to a casino. And he has no idea where we're going. We park downstairs in this casino. We go upstairs, take the elevator, and we go to the casino's it's called Lucky Chances Casino in Colma, California. We go down, Alexi's there, is waiting for us. And he said, yeah, we're going to have breakfast in a casino. So we kind of chuckle. And we get the menus come and, you know, Ian says, I'll have the breakfast special. Alexi goes, nope, I've already ordered for you, Ian. I'm getting you something called the comsilog, and that's Filipino food. It's Filipino breakfast. Like I said, you add an egg to it, it's breakfast. So we had something called tocino, which is a cured meat, and then also a sausage called longanisa. And we were nervous at first that he wouldn't like it. I go out for a 3-minute phone call. I come back. That plate is clean. So now I know that Mr. Park actually does love Filipino cooking, right?
It was very good.
Yeah, he ate that up. It was awesome. It was awesome because I was nervous. It could be hit or miss. Are they gonna like the sweet meats that Filipinos make? And he ate that thing up, including all the little sides and bits and pieces to it. And that was the first introduction to Alexi in California. But I'm glad we chose that place because, again, Filipino food hearty. Okay, back to the meat.
I second that motion. That was.
Oh, yes!
Yeah.
Dave Meyer actually went to Lucky Chances too.
Had the egg on top.
With the egg on top, man. You add egg. So if you have leftovers with this, guys, and leftover rice, you can actually make garlic rice or buttered rice in the morning. Heat that up with your meat. Cook a sunny side up egg. That's your breakfast. Breakfast of champions. Okay, so now my chicken is getting ready. Is your chicken's ready? Yeah? Okay, now we're gonna take this, the bok choy. We're gonna make that bok choy happy, and we're gonna make that the cover. Just like so.
We have the same stringer here.
Yes, we do. Actually, we do. Wow. I bought mine at a very fancy store called Target. Y'all might have heard of it. It's not Target. It's Target.
Right beside Bellevue Village.
So what's gonna happen here, guys, is
You turn down your heat.
yeah, you're gonna want to turn the heat up to medium again because now you're adding some cold to your pot. So turn that up to about a medium high level. Just like that.
No cover?
No cover just yet. Has everybody done that already? Okay, now we're gonna take the cover. We're gonna go right on top.
Oh, now.
Right on top. And now that's gonna steam. That's gonna steam. And that's gonna get all the adobo goodness to it. Like so. Okay, now, while that's happening, we're gonna wanna grab a plate. Okay, 2 plates for some of you. I'm gonna show you guys how to plate this. And you guys are gonna enjoy. So, as that's cooking down, let's let that cook down. You'll know when the vegetables are ready because it's gonna be just steamed properly. We don't want it to be wilted all the way. We want it to just have that steam kind of a look to it. It's a perfect time for another drink. It's after hours.
Yeah.
So they can see that.
Aaron, what kind of beer are you drinking? Oh, she's putting her ears on. What kind of beer are you drinking, Aaron? Bucktooth Belgian white. I like it. I got some easy. Oh, what is that? Don Julio.
Oh, he's rich.
Like, boy.
I want, you know what? Can someone give me tequila? Tequila right there. I'll get tequila. Wait a second.
No, I put it back. Put it where it's supposed to be.
Are we doing Don Julio shots?
I guess
Is that what's happening?
It's empty. I have to go back to Mexico.
Oh no. Well, I'll just do one.
Okay. So we're gonna. Whew, mine's El Jimador. They always ask me, Andrew, how come you never get stomach aches when you're in Mexico? Because I start my trip with tequila and I end my day with tequila. El Jimador. That's the cheap stuff. But you know what? It all goes down the same. Okay. Are we doing a quick shot?
Yeah.
Are we doing shot?
Okay, that works too. Coke? Coke?
That's all I got here.
Okay, I'm going to wait for Erin to get her shot together.
We're going with Aaron.
Oh, we're going with Erin. This is the Cribs tour.
Okay, so
Ooh. Ooh. The
I'm
sweet.
doing Don Julio because it's my favorite.
Okay, you can
Where
do
did
Don
you
Julio.
get yours?
I'm doing El Jimador.
What's that?
Oh,
Where
he-
did you find yours?
This
he's-
is from Mexico.
Oh, darn it.
You can get it at Sobeys though.
The Reposo?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
So since we are all tequila lovers here, when I drive back up to Canada, I'm gonna bring you guys some tequilas. I got a perfect spot here that makes some organic tequilas. Okay, guys, let's do a quick little shot. Are you gonna have one with us, Parks?
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
I'm gonna finish up quick. So
I'm gonna put a little bay leaf action in mine. You know what I'm saying? Because we're fancy.
You get the silver.
Oh, sorry for poor Jill. Do you want me to kiss him back?
It's all good. No. So Captain Morgan here.
Hey, that works, man. Rum, tequila, it's all the same. Not really, but it's close.
It's more of a pirate drink.
It's Caribbean. Hey, guys. So again, cheers to you guys. Cheers to Onek, and cheers to Zoom for letting this happen. Cheers.
Thanks to the chef.
Oh.
this should be fun.
Thanks
Hey,
to
guys.
Tim.
Okay. So this is where he gets happy. What I want you guys to.
Smooth.
Ugh. I remember that. I love it. Okay, so at this point, what you're gonna want to do is, take a whiff of the chicken, and of the bok choy just coming together. Just, I mean, I almost want to get a facial just doing this right now. Just so good. So you'd be smelling sweet, earthy, you know, and the sweet actually comes. So now, let's go on to plating.
Okay, well, are you gonna?
Yeah. Oh, your heat, guys, you want to lower that to about a low, medium low, right? So we're good there. So, okay. Is everybody's chicken ready to go? Okay. Now we're going to plate this thing.
Get your rice.
Get your rice. Okay. Oh, I got this. I got this. Okay, ready, guys?
We're still chickening.
You're still chickening?
We had the big legs.
We're
Oh,
just gonna-
big legs. Okay. Well, I can show you guys how to do this. I can wait a few more minutes. Up to you guys.
No, go ahead. Go ahead while it's ready.
Ian, just nuke it for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Need a torch.
So we take a couple of spoons of rice. Right in the middle. Like so. Kind of keep it in the middle. Like so. Okay? Then we're going to go to the meat. And we are gonna find a nice piece of chicken that's saying my name. Daddy, Daddy. Like so. Okay. We're gonna take that meat and put it off the side like this. Like so. And we're gonna take some of the bok choy. Happy bok choy. So some are gonna be more cooked in the bottom, and that's okay. We're gonna add that to the side here. Just like that. Okay. Then we're gonna take some of that beautiful sauce. Just like that. That much. And we're gonna give the rice a nice little bath. All together. Okay. So, black pepper. Black pepper. So.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
And we're gonna do a little bit of salt, and we're gonna salt bay it. So, and then take a little bit of the garnish, which is gonna be your jalapenos. That nice little garnish.
Then mix it with garlic.
If you want to do bay leaf, just like so. There we go. And that's the final product.
How come your babies are green? Ours are all brown.
What's that?
Backyard or what?
Which one?
Bay leaf. How come yours are green? Ours are more.
Oh, because these are fresh, California. We get them. We couldn't find dry. So just like so.
Looks lovely.
Okay. And that's it.
Thank you.
That's Walk with Andrew. You know, version 1 right now. I mean,
Season one, episode 1.
Season 1, episode 1.
The pilot.
I keep on doing this. I mean, I'm enjoying this. This is actually pretty cool. You know, I don't know how to shut up.
Is that raw jalapeno, like fresh jalapeno you put on top?
I beg your pardon?
Was that fresh jalapeno that you put on top?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I garnished it with some fresh jalapenos. Yeah. Like so. I like to eat those, right? Like just chew on it. I love it, but that's me though.
Oh, I put something.
Thanks, Andrew. I appreciate that. I'm gonna go because I've got a hungry wife I need to feed.
Okay, guys, enjoy your dinners.
Looks awesome, guys. Have fun eating.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, Ken's here. Oh, Ken, you know what? Show Ken.
Yeah.
I showed up just in time to miss everything.
Who's that?
Hey, Ken. So here's what, since you're looking, that's the wok.
Oh, man.
The wok.
That looks good.
And then here's the finished product.
Looks awesome. That's way better than the Pop-Tarts I'm probably going to eat. So.
So we had 50 people RSVP, and I got
5 didn't suck.
Yeah, 5 didn't suck. So you know what? I thank you guys for showing up. Episode 1, as they season one. That's a wrap.
Episode 1. Thanks.
See you guys.
Hey guys, love you guys. Miss you guys.
That's you.
Enjoy.